Barack Obama left power, but not wealth and not influence. What he built on Martha's Vineyard is hidden, intentional, and deeply symbolic. This estate tells the real story of his quiet legacy lifestyle. Barack Obama is one of the few global leaders whose wealth does not announce itself loudly. After serving 8 years as President of the United States, commanding armies, shaping foreign policy, and standing at the center of world power, Obama chose a life that is intentionally calm, deeply private, and rooted in legacy rather than luxury excess. In 2025, while many former political figures chase media attention or corporate dominance, Barack Obama represents something far more refined: quiet wealth paired with enduring influence. His vineyard estate life is not about isolation from the world, but about balance, reflection, and long-term impact. Martha's Vineyard has always been more than a vacation destination for America's elite. It is a symbol of old money discretion, intellectual retreat, and cultural depth. For decades, the island has attracted presidents, authors, financiers, and artists who value privacy over performance. Barack Obama's relationship with Martha's Vineyard began during his presidency, when the island became his annual summer escape from the relentless pressure of the White House. It offered something rare for a sitting president: the ability to walk, reflect, and exist without constant political noise. Those early vacations planted the seed for what would eventually become his permanent retreat. After leaving office in 2017, Obama did not rush into buying a mega mansion or establishing himself as a flashy billionaire figure. Instead, he rented homes on the vineyard for several years, observing the rhythm of island life, understanding its seasons, and ensuring it aligned with the future he envisioned for himself and his family. Then, in 2019, he made a quiet but powerful decision. Barack and Michelle Obama purchased a 29-acre waterfront estate in Edgartown, valued at approximately $11.75 million. The purchase barely made noise compared to celebrity real estate deals, yet it symbolized a defining moment: the transition from global power to personal peace. The Vineyard estate reflects Barack Obama's personality with striking accuracy. It is expansive without being excessive, elegant without being ostentatious, and luxurious without arrogance. The property includes a 7-bedroom main residence, 8.5 bathrooms, private beach access, and sweeping views of the Atlantic Ocean. A separate guest house and carefully designed outdoor spaces ensure comfort without turning the estate into a spectacle. The architecture blends traditional New England charm with modern sophistication, favoring clean lines, natural materials, and open spaces that invite calm rather than overwhelm. Unlike the palatial homes associated with tech billionaires or entertainment moguls, Obama's Vineyard estate does not seek to impress through size or extravagance. Instead, it communicates confidence through restraint. Floor-to-ceiling windows allow natural light to flood the interior, creating a seamless connection between the indoors and the surrounding landscape. Neutral color palettes dominate the space, reinforcing a sense of serenity and timelessness. Sustainable materials and environmentally conscious design choices reflect Obama's long-standing commitment to climate responsibility, even in personal living. This estate is not designed for lavish parties or social media moments. It is designed for thinking, writing, and meaningful conversation. Barack Obama has always been known as a reader, a writer, and a reflective leader. Within the home are quiet reading areas, writing spaces overlooking the water, and rooms intended for long, uninterrupted thought. Many of Obama's post-presidency projects, from speeches to book concepts to documentary ideas, were shaped within these walls. The estate functions less like a celebrity residence and more like a modern intellectual sanctuary. Michelle Obama's influence is woven deeply into the home's atmosphere. As First Lady, she balanced elegance with relatability, and that same philosophy defines the Vineyard estate. The interiors prioritize warmth, comfort, and family connection. Living spaces are inviting rather than intimidating, designed to host intimate gatherings rather than formal events. Furniture choices emphasize comfort and durability, reflecting a home built for real living rather than display. This is a place where grandchildren can run freely, where family meals matter, and where time slows down intentionally. Privacy is essential for a former president, and the estate provides it without visible excess. Security systems are advanced but discreet, blending into the landscape rather than dominating it. The surrounding land offers natural barriers, allowing Obama to move freely without the constant reminder of surveillance. On the Vineyard, locals are known for respecting privacy, and Obama's presence has been integrated into the community with mutual respect rather than spectacle. He is not treated as an untouchable figure, but as a neighbor with a remarkable past. In 2025, Barack Obama's daily life on the Vineyard reflects discipline and purpose. Mornings often begin with reading, writing, and exercise. Afternoons may involve strategy calls, creative meetings, or quiet reflection. Evenings are family-centered, often spent with Michelle, discussing ideas, culture, and the future. This rhythm mirrors the values Obama has always preached: balance, thoughtfulness, and intentional living. The Vineyard estate also represents a broader shift in Obama's definition of wealth. True wealth, in his world, is not measured by visible assets, but by control over time, freedom of thought, and the ability to influence without force. From this quiet retreat, Obama continues to shape conversations around democracy, leadership, race, and global cooperation. His voice remains powerful, not because it is loud, but because it is respected. This estate is not an escape from responsibility. It is a platform for a different kind of leadership, one rooted in wisdom rather than authority. The calm environment allows Obama to observe global events with clarity, contribute thoughtfully, and mentor the next generation of leaders without being consumed by political chaos. The Vineyard is where influence matures into legacy. As the world races toward louder expressions of wealth and power, Barack Obama's Vineyard estate stands as a counter-narrative. It proves that success does not need spectacle, and influence does not require domination. In 2025, his lifestyle sends a subtle but profound message. The most powerful form of wealth is the ability to live on your own terms, guided by purpose, integrity, and long-term vision. After leaving the White House, Barack Obama entered a phase of life that few former presidents managed successfully, transforming political influence into a sustainable, independent financial empire without compromising credibility. Unlike celebrities who monetize fame aggressively, Obama approached wealth building with the same strategic patience that defined his presidency. In 2025, his financial success is not accidental. It is the result of carefully chosen partnerships, intellectual assets, and long-term vision. One of the most significant pillars of Obama's post-presidency income came through publishing. His memoir, A Promised Land, became one of the best-selling political books in modern history, reportedly earning him tens of millions of dollars. This was not just a commercial success, but a cultural event. Readers across generations engaged with Obama's reflective tone, personal storytelling, and candid insights into power and leadership. Writing, for Obama, has always been more than income. It is influence preserved in permanent form. The Vineyard estate, with its quiet atmosphere and expansive views, became an ideal environment for deep writing and reflection. Beyond books, Obama's partnership with Netflix marked a defining moment in how former world leaders engage with media. Through Higher Ground Productions, founded with Michelle Obama, the couple created documentaries, series, and films focused on storytelling with purpose. These projects did not rely on political commentary alone. Instead, they highlighted human resilience, social justice, leadership, and untold histories. In 2025, Higher Ground stands as a powerful example of how intellectual capital can be transformed into cultural and financial impact, without sacrificing integrity. The financial structure behind these ventures is deliberately understated. Obama does not attach his name to random endorsements or luxury products. Instead, he invests time and energy into projects aligned with his values. This selective approach has preserved his brand as thoughtful, principled, and credible. In an era where overexposure often diminishes influence, Obama's restraint has strengthened his long-term relevance. Public speaking remains another major revenue stream, but even here, Obama's approach is controlled. His speeches are rare, highly curated, and often tied to global leadership, democracy, and ethical governance. Speaking fees reported to be in the hundreds of thousands per appearance are not driven by spectacle, but by substance. Each appearance reinforces his reputation as a statesman rather than a celebrity. Despite his growing wealth, Obama's lifestyle choices remain consistent with his values. His vineyard estate is luxurious, but not excessive. His transportation choices favor privacy and efficiency over extravagance. His public appearances avoid unnecessary display. This alignment between wealth and behavior reinforces trust, making his financial success appear earned rather than opportunistic. In 2025, Barack Obama's estimated net worth reflects a steady rise rather than explosive growth. What makes his financial journey unique is not the numbers themselves, but how they were achieved. Intellectual property, storytelling, and leadership experience form the foundation of his wealth. He does not sell attention, he offers insight. This distinction places him in a rare category. Individuals whose influence grows alongside their wealth rather than being replaced by it. The Vineyard estate plays a critical role in this phase of life. It serves as both sanctuary and command center. From there, Obama participates in global conversations, advises institutions, and shapes cultural narratives without being physically present in political spaces. Technology allows him to remain connected while maintaining the personal boundaries he values deeply. The calm environment enhances clarity, allowing him to engage with the world thoughtfully rather than reactively. Family remains central to this lifestyle. Barack and Michelle Obama prioritize time together, reflecting on their shared journey from Chicago to the global stage. Their daughters, now adults, visit the Vineyard as a place of grounding rather than glamour. The estate represents stability, continuity, and emotional wealth, assets that cannot be measured financially. Michelle Obama's influence on the financial strategy is equally significant. Her independent success as an author, speaker, and cultural figure contributes meaningfully to their shared empire. Together, they function less like traditional celebrities and more like a long-term partnership built on mutual respect and aligned values. This dynamic further reinforces the sense that their wealth is a byproduct of purpose, not its replacement. Philanthropy remains woven into their financial ecosystem. Rather than large public donations designed for headlines, the Obamas focus on sustainable impact through education, leadership programs, and community empowerment. These efforts are often strategic rather than symbolic, designed to create ripple effects over decades. The Vineyard estate, in this context, becomes a place where ideas for long-term change are nurtured quietly. As global politics grow louder and more polarized, Barack Obama's approach to wealth and influence feels increasingly rare. He demonstrates that it is possible to step away from power without losing relevance, to accumulate wealth without losing trust, and to live comfortably without becoming disconnected. In 2025, his lifestyle reflects maturity rather than ambition, a stage where legacy matters more than expansion. The Vineyard estate stands as a physical symbol of this evolution. It is not a trophy of success, but a foundation for reflection. From its quiet shoreline, Obama continues to shape conversations that will outlast trends, markets, and news cycles. His wealth, like his leadership, is patient, intentional, and deeply rooted in purpose. In 2025, Barack Obama's daily routine reflects the discipline of a former president combined with the freedom of a private citizen. Life at the Vineyard estate follows a rhythm that prioritizes mental clarity, physical health, and intentional use of time. Unlike the rigid schedules of his White House years, his current lifestyle is structured but flexible, allowing space for creativity, reflection, and family. Mornings often begin early, with Obama maintaining his long-standing habit of physical exercise. Whether it is a light workout, stretching, or a walk along the shoreline, movement remains an essential part of his day, not as a public statement, but as a personal discipline rooted in balance. Reading continues to be a cornerstone of Obama's routine. His personal library reflects an interest in history, philosophy, economics, fiction, and global affairs. At the Vineyard estate, reading is not rushed. The quiet environment allows him to absorb ideas deeply, often revisiting classic works while exploring new voices from around the world. This intellectual engagement feeds directly into his writing and public thinking, ensuring that his insights remain grounded, informed, and relevant. Writing occupies a significant portion of his day. Unlike the speechwriting teams of the presidency, This phase of writing is solitary and reflective. Obama uses writing as a tool to process the past and understand the future. From essays to memoir drafts to conceptual outlines for documentaries, much of his creative output begins in the calm spaces of the Vineyard home. The environment encourages depth rather than urgency, allowing ideas to mature before being shared with the world. Technology plays a supportive but controlled role in Obama's lifestyle. Digital communication enables him to participate in global discussions, advise institutions, and collaborate creatively, but it does not dominate his time. Unlike many high-profile figures who remain perpetually connected, Obama is known for setting boundaries. This intentional distance from constant digital noise preserves focus and prevents burnout, a lesson shaped by years of high-stakes decision-making. Transportation choices further reflect his understated approach to wealth. While security considerations require careful planning, Obama avoids extravagant displays. His vehicles are chosen for safety, comfort, and discretion rather than spectacle. When traveling, efficiency and privacy take precedence over luxury branding. Even private travel arrangements are handled quietly, emphasizing function rather than excess. This restraint reinforces the image of a man who values purpose over performance. Despite his global recognition, Obama's public appearances remain selective. He attends events that align with his values, focusing on leadership development, democratic principles, and cultural dialogue. These appearances are not about maintaining visibility, but about contributing meaningfully. Each engagement is intentional, reinforcing his role as a thought leader rather than a celebrity personality. The Vineyard estate also allows Obama to maintain a close connection to nature, which plays a subtle but important role in his well-being. Long walks, ocean views, and open spaces provide mental clarity that urban environments rarely offer. Nature, for Obama, is not a luxury accessory but a grounding force. It reminds him of scale, perspective, and continuity beyond politics. Family time remains central to this lifestyle. The estate is a place where conversations extend beyond policy into philosophy, culture, and personal growth. Michelle Obama's presence brings warmth and balance, ensuring that the home remains emotionally rich rather than professionally driven. Their shared routines reflect a partnership built on mutual respect and intellectual engagement. Even in moments of rest, their discussions often explore ideas, books, and global issues, reinforcing the depth of their connection. The contrast between Obama's lifestyle and that of modern celebrities is striking. While many public figures pursue constant expansion, larger homes, faster cars, louder visibility, Obama's choices reflect consolidation and refinement. His wealth is stable, his influence secure, and his priorities clear. This stage of life is not about accumulation, but about stewardship of ideas, values, and legacy. In 2025, Barack Obama's lifestyle represents a model of modern leadership after power. It challenges the assumption that relevance requires constant presence and that wealth must be visible to be meaningful. His quiet routines, disciplined habits, and intentional living send a powerful message. True success lies in control over one's time, clarity of purpose, and the ability to contribute thoughtfully without losing oneself in noise. The Vineyard estate, in this context, becomes more than a residence. It is an ecosystem that supports a life of balance, a space where physical health, intellectual growth, family connection, and global engagement coexist without conflict. It reflects a man who has already stood at the peak of power and chosen, instead, to live with depth rather than dominance. As the world continues to shift rapidly, Barack Obama's lifestyle offers a counterexample to the culture of excess and urgency. It shows that stepping back does not mean stepping away, and that quiet living can still shape the future. His days may appear calm, but beneath that calm lies sustained influence, thoughtful engagement, and a legacy still unfolding. In 2025, Barack Obama's influence extends far beyond formal titles or political office. Although he no longer holds power in the traditional sense, his voice still carries weight across continents. World leaders, emerging politicians, educators, and cultural figures continue to seek his perspective, not because of authority, but because of experience. From the quiet spaces of his Vineyard estate, Obama remains engaged in global dialogue, offering insight shaped by years of leadership, failure, compromise, and reflection. His influence today is quieter, but in many ways, more durable. Rather than operating through public commands or political campaigns, Obama's post-presidency leadership flows through mentorship and example. He advises behind the scenes, participates in private forums, and contributes to initiatives focused on democratic resilience and ethical leadership. This mode of influence reflects maturity, an understanding that real change often happens away from cameras. The Vineyard estate provides the mental space necessary for this kind of engagement, allowing Obama to think long-term rather than react to daily headlines. Culturally, Barack Obama continues to shape narratives through storytelling. His work in film, literature, and media has helped redefine how leadership stories are told in the modern age. These projects emphasize empathy, historical awareness, and collective responsibility. Rather than centering himself as the hero, Obama consistently elevates diverse voices, reinforcing the idea that legacy is built by empowering others. This approach mirrors the values reflected in his personal lifestyle, influence exercised through inclusion rather than dominance. Education and youth leadership remain central to Obama's legacy. Through foundations and initiatives developed over the years, he continues to support programs that prepare the next generation to navigate complex global challenges. These efforts are not driven by urgency or political cycles, but by patience and belief in gradual progress. The Vineyard estate serves as a place where strategies for long-term impact are developed thoughtfully, free from the distractions of power struggles. One of the most striking aspects of Obama's life in 2025 is his ability to remain relevant without chasing relevance. He does not comment on every political development, nor does he position himself as a constant critic or commentator. This restraint enhances the significance of his words when he does speak. Silence, in his case, has become a form of authority. When Barack Obama chooses to engage, the world listens precisely because he does not overuse his voice. The concept of quiet wealth reaches its fullest expression in this phase of his life. Obama's success is not defined by visible luxury, but by freedom of thought, movement, and choice. His Vineyard estate is not a monument to power, but a foundation for peace. It represents a life designed around intention rather than ambition, reflection rather than reaction. In a culture obsessed with expansion, his lifestyle demonstrates the strength of refinement. Family remains the emotional core of this legacy. Barack and Michelle Obama's partnership continues to be a model of shared growth and mutual respect. Their life together reflects continuity, a journey that has evolved without losing its values. The Vineyard estate is where this continuity is protected, where memories are created, and where the next chapter of their story unfolds quietly. As history continues to assess Barack Obama's presidency, his post-presidency lifestyle adds a powerful final layer to his narrative. It shows that leadership does not end when office does, and that influence does not require visibility. His Vineyard estate life represents a philosophy that true success lies in balance, that legacy is built through consistency, and that power, when used wisely, eventually transforms into wisdom. In the end, Barack Obama's Vineyard estate is not just a home, it is a symbol of a man who reached the highest level of global authority and chose, afterward, to live with restraint, purpose, and depth. In 2025, his lifestyle reminds the world that the greatest form of wealth is not what you accumulate, but what you preserve: peace, integrity, family, and the ability to shape the future quietly. And as the waves continue to meet the shores of Martha's Vineyard, Barack Obama's legacy continues to unfold, not in headlines or ceremonies, but in thought, influence, and the calm confidence of a life well lived.